Well, hello everybody. I hope everybody's good. I think there's like 5 of us now in chat, including myself, so that's 4 people. I hope everybody's good. Hope you folks are good, whoever you are at the moment. We're just gonna swing in here a little bit and just let things roll as people come in and say hello. Hello, Mr. Roger Blair. How are you today? And let people roll in and say their hellos. And I got a couple things. Well, I got one thing I need to say, but I want to make sure certain people are here so they can hear me. Nothing bad. Well, hey, Mike J. Behold, my good man. You didn't say it. Shame on you. You're freaking us out, man. I hope everybody's good. I hope you're good, sir. Yeah, I'm just hanging tight till everybody rolls in. Like I said, this is just a free-for-all night most of the time with me anyways. Even on Gemma replays, we just kind of go with the flow. But I have a couple things I do want to bring up. I hope everybody's good. I see people are slowly rolling in and all that crap. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I say that too sometimes. Whatever. That and whatever. I hope everybody's good. I say that a lot, but I mean it. And we got up to about 6 people now. Well, we'll bounce off and on, so I think I'll get too excited. I know Mike was streaming, LIB, and I know a couple of people are streaming, so I'm not expecting a big turnout, if a turnout at all, but I appreciate you folks that are here now. I thank you for showing up. I'm going to fill everybody in on a certain person, let you guys know that they're okay when some people come in. Bless their hearts. And just hang out till about midnight. There you go. That's fun. Behold, got white lips. That's what I get for eating Altoids. Ha ha ha. So anybody do anything exciting that's here right now? Or anything going on exciting except the craziness around the world? I hope something's happening for everybody. I've been working all day. In fact, right before I came in, I just finished up doing dishes. I'm always doing something. And I'm sure when I get done here, I'll go back to fiddling around the house. Hello, Nicole. How you doing, hon? Good to see you. Yeah, I've just been kind of chilled tonight, so I'm in a good mood. Just hanging. Like I said, I've been fiddling around, trying to get some stuff done inside and outside before winter comes. I am good. And my kid's full of behold. I mean, I am not bad. Like I said, I'm in a good mood. Just kind of chilled. Hanging out until everybody comes in. See a couple more people come in. I'm glad you've stopped in and at least said hi. Please make sure you hit the like, the thumbs up, and all that crap. You don't have to, but it'd be highly appreciated and nice of you. And you can leave a comment. That would help too. Good or bad, just be respectful. That's all I ask. Even when I'm nasty, I can be respectful. Sometimes. And all that crap. You said it in my head. That's probably going to be the phrase of the rest of the week. All that crap and all that crap. That's fun. I love it. That's perfect. Actually, that's a good time. Not much has happened around here. Just the same old, same old. Can't go to the store without spending more than $50 on a bag of stuff. That's sickening. Gas. Well, actually, gas here is still not too bad. And I know in some places it's horrible. No, I'm not going to cuss. I don't want to get in trouble. Already got in trouble once last week for slipping a couple times, so I better behave. Yeah, because it's a good saying. I mean, think about it. It sums it up. Sometimes, like the F word, that F word could be used for so many ways. 365 a gallon here. It is up the top street here around the corner. It's 315. So we're a little cheaper than you. Hello, Miss Vixen Doe. How are you, Miss Bacon Jr.? Or Junior Bacon, however you prefer. And that bacon looks good. We kind of went free for all tonight. That's when everybody just does whatever they want. So my dinner was, I had a bagel sandwich. Wasn't really that hungry. Yeah, I may tell a story or two. I'll try. I've been looking at some of my stuff. You can't go wrong with bacon. No, you cannot. My son hates ham products, but man, you put out bacon and that's the first thing he grabs. I'm saying, dude, that's ham. Yeah, but it's the best and only ham. It's so good to see everybody. I jumped up and disappeared. I guess I just wasn't entertaining enough for a bunch of people, huh? I watched it jump up then disappear. Who cares? Life goes on. I'm good. That was weird, though. I watched my counter jump up to 19, then drop back down to 9. That was really weird. Eggs and bacon. You said it, sweetie. Yeah, I think I'll tell a couple stories here in a little bit, but I need to fill in some people if they show up about a certain person. If they don't, I'll just go ahead and talk about it here in a little bit. Let everybody know. I tried to post it on Facebook, and you are very entertaining, Ghost. I try. Hey, if anything, I put you to sleep. I just try to make it worth it. I mean, like I said, there's so much craziness out there. It's good to go to a place and not have to worry about have to focus on one or two things or a certain subject. Though I am considering on maybe either Thursday nights when. Now, Laura is saying that she's going to stream tomorrow, as far as I know right now, at 8 o'clock. We'll see. And if she streams, I try to let her do the stream by herself. And I'm just in the background, just making sure everything goes all right. Someone said bacon. Yes, Mr. Dragon. Simplify. Yes, somebody said bacon a number of times. So hopefully she'll be on tomorrow night. And on the nights that she doesn't stream, I'll stream and maybe bring a subject to those. Something for about an hour to talk about. And then, see, Friday night, I will be doing Gemma's replays. And then she will do oracles. She should be at her mom's. So she'll be doing oracles on Saturday night at her regular time, 7:15 to about 11. Please try to get your name on the list by 10. It helps. I mean, I let her take over, pretty much let her call it after that. But she tries to get everybody done so she can get the kid in the bed and get everybody comfortable. Hello, sir. How you doing? Yeah, I said you guys were streaming. I wasn't sure if you were done yet or not, Mike. I try to let everybody know who's streaming as much as I can. I'm just here to hang out. I may tell a story in a little bit. I'm going to fill some people in here about a good friend of ours that hasn't been around, and I want to make sure everybody knows she's okay. So I'm just waiting for a few more people to come in to see if anybody else pops in that might want to hear this. And that's about it. And then maybe I'll tell a story. Somebody asked me to tell the werewolf story, about the female werewolf story earlier. Somebody texted me and asked me to give the details. I kind of rushed through it last time. She was I'm pretty sure she was a female werewolf. It wasn't no dog, not from what I felt. It's just a shame things went down the way they did, because I'd have had some hell of evidence. Huh. People probably still wouldn't believe it. So we're going to talk about that maybe, and maybe I think next Thursday, I think Pixie's going to stream every other Thursday. So if I stream next Thursday, we may talk about dreams. I find those very interesting. They say a lot. They tell you a lot, especially when you're all stressed out or going through something. But I'm glad everybody's here. And I'll say that 24,000 times tonight, because I am glad. But other than that, I'm just waiting. Hopefully the count will go up a little bit more. We hit about 10 or 11, and I'll start talking about one thing and get into it. And then we'll go from there and see how the night rolls for the next, till about midnight, we'll say. If we go a little longer, that's fine. If we go a little shorter, that's fine too. I know the one night we did. And that's perfectly all right, because like I said, I know people are out there streaming, handing out information, and also having a good time. And that's what it's all about. That is definitely what it's all about. Hello, Raymond. How you doing, sir? And to you too. So, yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and go into a lot of you, Vixen Doe, and some of the regulars, and I think, Mike, you know her too. Our dear Aunt Edna, the sweet lady, she had a heart attack last week. She's been in the ICU. She is doing really good. She was hoping to come home either today or tomorrow. I have talked to her through emails. She asked for your prayers and your love and your light. So please think of her and hope she gets better. She said she would slowly. I told her to take it time and heal and take one step at a time. Opens the front door and lets the ghosts run through. Let's see what the back door. But yeah, so if you would keep Edna in your thoughts, I'd highly appreciate that. Hopefully we'll see her in soon. I told her not to rush to heal and take one day at a time, one step at a time. You know, she's been around for a while with us, and bless her heart. It was nice that she reached out. I had been thinking about her. I told her it was kind of weird. About a week ago, about 2 weeks ago, we've had a barn owl hanging out in the backyard. And every time I see owls or hear somebody talking about owls, she's the first person that comes to my mind. So it was kind of weird, but at the same point, I'm glad yes, she did. And she is okay. She was in ICU for a week. Like I said, she's hoping, from what she said in her email, she was hoping to be home today or tomorrow. I told her, don't rush. You know, you want to take one day at a time. I've had a heart attack. It's not a fun thing. You want to heal slow and not rush right into things, at least for the first few weeks. Get yourself back into shape and mind before you go jumping gun. And she's a good woman, and I think a lot of her. And I think, if anybody deserves a lot of prayers, love, and light, it's her. She gives a lot out for herself. She does a lot for people. A lot of people don't realize that, but she's quite a lady, and she takes good care of her family. She does her best. So let's keep her in our thoughts. And hopefully we'll see her over the weekend. Maybe she'll show up tonight. Who knows? I'm hoping not, because she needs her rest. You put a sharp stake in the ground, point up, and it drives the coconut down. Oh, okay. We're talking about. I did an AP, and I'll catch up with everybody. I done an EPP at home last night. Apparently, I have two spirits and aliens that love me. I'm not the father of the little demons. There you go. You better not be. They might want a paternity test there, Black Dragon. Try to catch up on chat here after I gave the news. Yes, she is a very good woman, and she cares about a lot of people. And she's one of us that do more for others than for themselves. And now she needs to take care of herself. Hello, Kat. How you doing? Welcome. Greetings from the farm. Well, Greetings from the suburbs of Columbus, Ohio. Hello, Mr. Jarvis. Did you hear what I said, right, Chris, about Aunt Edna? Let me know if you did. You know, she had a heart attack. She's doing okay. And she's been in the ICU. She sent me an email and told me she would hopefully be home today or tomorrow. So keep your prayers for her. Keep her in your thoughts. Yeah. So, you know, she's a gold one. So she's a very special gemstone. So let's shine her up and keep her going. But yeah, she's doing good. I had a feeling something was up. Like I said, she's a special lady. She always tries to make contact with me doing streams. She tries to feel me out, and she says she can't because I can do a pretty good job blocking people. I don't like doing it, but hey, I'm actually a pretty private guy, so good. Other than getting beat up by our new Ram a few times today, they'll do that. They're pesky little guys, and they eat everything. Oh, you got a Ram? How to go? Nice. Not really. But hello, I'm glad you came in. But yeah, I know she's doing okay. I sent her an email and haven't heard it back yet. I'm sure I will in the next couple of days. Was watching Jamie Foxx's new movie, The Burial. Excellent movie. Okay, cool. Does he look like a clone in it? Since that's a conspiracy now, them cloning all these people. Didn't they make? Is that the movie, The Burial? But no, or is that the same movie, Chris? About where they cloned the guy? Or is that a different movie? I've never heard that one. Is that it? Is that the one? The only thing I'm excited for right now is monster movies. No, okay. I didn't think it was. I thought it was a different name. Be right back. 1 minute. No. Gotta stay right here. But yeah, I'm glad she's doing okay. Hopefully we'll see her soon. But keep her in your thoughts. Oh, it just came out? Okay. So, and anything else? So you said it was excellent, huh? Well, check it out. It just came out. I'll have to check it out. There's a couple things. I was kind of bummed. I finished a lot. Hello, Mr. Mark. Been finishing up all the series I've been watching. I finally finished a few the last couple days. How you doing, Mark? And I was kind of bummed when the last season episode of One Piece was done. I was like, I want more. This was so good. It was so good. I actually think it was nice that Netflix let the person who did it do it, and it was so much better than the other crap. Oh, Tommy Lee Jones is in it. Man, he's got to be showing his age. He's got to be showing his age. In fact, I'm sure he is. Wanted to see the killers of the Flower Moon. No look. Oh, I heard that was really good too. Yeah. I heard that was really good too. Okay, back. Well, welcome back. That was longer than a minute, so you owe me 2 now. Actually, it probably was less than a minute. Needed a drink. Yeah, I could use a drink, but I'll save that for the weekend. About once a month, I go have a drink with the guys. I read the book. Yeah, I haven't read the book. You read the book? I haven't read the book, so that'll be a good one. Usually in stuff that there's a book out, I usually read the book before I watch a movie, but I haven't read that one. Okay, thanks, Chris. Ghosty, I was finishing up one of LIB's videos before I came here. Yeah, yeah, I know he was in stream. I know they were doing a premiere tonight, weren't you, Mike? Might did a premiere tonight. I didn't get to watch it because I was doing dishes. I was trying to do last minute cleanup before I came on tonight. A lot of times I try to catch stuff during the day when I'm taking breaks or at night while I'm sitting here doing research. Even though I'm not officially doing research for anybody anymore, I still do my own. Keep me busy. Catch up on YouTube while I do that. Do some reading. Yeah, it was a good one. Okay, cool. Wow, I'm so glad everybody's coming in. And anybody got anything they want to talk about? I'd love, we can talk about anything. We just got to watch the religion and politics. YouTube is cracking down. And an update on Rumble. I'm going to try to put something out on it by the end of November is my goal. I'm going to film a couple videos before and then put them on there. You have to have a few viewers before they let you live stream. Excuse me. And then I'll try to live stream on there and see how it goes. And then I'm going to work Gemma over to there. I don't want her to leave YouTube. I just want to mirror her videos over there and maybe live stream Rumble with YouTube for her oracles and see how it goes. It'll be interesting if I can maintain too, because I let her do all the talking. That's why even when we stream together, other than oracles, so during oracles, I let her do all the talking. It's her, that's when she shines the best. That's her favorite. And I don't want to break her concentration. Sometimes I feel guilty. Yeah, I boo-boo and stuff, but I let her run, and then I pretty much let her run the gambit on all of it because she's the talker. She talks a lot better than I do. She's more verbally better at it than I am. I'm just this guy that every so often information just comes spilling out of his head from all the crap that's up there. Yeah, to go see the bamboo forest that night. Yeah, I saw the title for it. It was raining. Yeah, from the spring. Oh, I bet. Bamboo forests are interesting. They have kind of a feel about them. My brother just became the only white man in a drum circle group with Native 25%. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, you said that the other night. I think that's great, Chris. I think that's great. That's a good thing. I like hearing things like that. That makes me feel good that people are still talking. Hey, Bob Perkins, how do you feel about the AI application open and free for all? Were you... I can't. That stupid heart is in my way. You create your own most twisted. Yes, I'm a little. Hello, Mr. Perkins. When it comes to AI, the problem about AI, it's going to come no matter what anybody says and how you feel about it. Don't like it, don't use it. But unfortunately, AI is going to hurt evidence because people can just now create their own evidence. And some of the stuff I have seen is incredible. Now, with the application you're talking about, that can be even crazier. But it is an interesting take, and I see it going on. It's probably been happening for a while now anyways, in private circles. But, yeah, you know what I'm saying. Some of this tech that you were hearing about now has been around in private circles for a while. All you have to do is get on the deep net. See, people are afraid to go on the dark web or the deep web, or whatever you want to call it. I mean, it changes names as you go deeper. I've been messing around with it before, really, just computers were getting big and you can go in and happen and talk through the satellites and stuff. So, it's just, if you're going to go looking for bad stuff, you're going to find it. Also, you're going to probably find a lot of honeypots. But yeah, there's a lot of people talking about it on the dark web. You'll probably see a lot of really gruesome stuff now because they can, record that twisted wish and record it and make it happen. And you'll probably see that stuff all over the dark web, which will be kind of, like I said, you go looking for it, you're going to find it. And sometimes a lot of times, if you're going looking for the bad and you find it, you're not going to like what you see, and it's going to mess you up. I've seen some things already on there that still kind of haunts me, only because it's pretty sad what humans can do to each other. AI art sucks. It can create weapons and hands. And yeah, I know, but it's getting better. And if you're not paying attention, a lot of people just watch video and don't really pay attention. Those are the people that get fooled. It takes a couple people to say, hey, that's fake, before they realize it is fake. Yeah, just saying. They will talk about it in the near future. And they're going to talk a lot about things in the near future. The Blackfield people talk about Bigfoot medicine. They probably do have their own elders in medicine. Oh, I'm sure they do, Vixen. I mean, they probably have tribes just like, clans, whatever you want to call them, or whatever they want to call them. I'm sure it's like families and there's an order of things. I expect them to be that intelligent, considering they've been around for how long? Since man first saw a glimpse of him. Any man. So yeah, I expect them to be probably highly intelligent. I think some of the cryptids that people see don't realize how intelligent they probably are. There's a temptation. Oh yeah, definitely. There's always temptation, dude. There's always temptation. And there's sick people out there who will make some sick stuff with that stuff. Yeah, when one creates what he sees, yeah. There's some people out there that could use some help. That's for sure. But AI is this interesting subject because, it's like Elon and everybody. Oh, yeah, you're welcome. I douse AI for my D&D character portraits. Oh, do you? Do you use? Yeah, that's what I figured you were saying. Do you use? Hey, no, I don't have a problem with AI. It cracks me out how Elon and everybody, it's going to be bad. Bad things can happen if it's. But yeah, they're the ones perfecting it. But yeah, AI is an interesting subject because automation and AI, some of the robots that I've seen coming out now, just like insane. So that will be an interesting course that we're going to take because we're going to take it along with everything else that's going on. They put certain things in motion. AI is one of them. I mean, they can copy anybody's voice now. They can copy anybody's face. People get phone calls now from family relatives, and it turns out they wasn't them asking for money and stuff to send it somewhere. I actually watched a documentary about that. It's strange. It's crazy. Copy. Yep. Bigfoot groups are using the robot dogs as drones in the woods. That would be interesting to see. I figured they were already using drones. I mean, what's the best way to get through a forest without having to really go through a forest? Is get a drone with a flare on it and fly over and kind of hang around just the top of the trees. And you can even bring it down under the trees and run around in the trees if you're paying attention to what you're doing. If you're good at what you're doing. I've seen guys do it, going flying around low in the woods and checking stuff out. The robot dogs would be a cool idea. I mean, there's some benefits and there's some really big chances being taken, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, because there's a couple places that I've been to in the past that I would have loved to have a drone because I didn't want to go any farther. We went when I was in Japan, when I was my teenager. My cousins took me to the suicide forest, and I walked in probably about 10 feet and tried to cut them come in. They wouldn't come in. I started to walk a little deeper. You get a weird vibe in there. There's all kinds of ribbons and stuff all over the place where people, in case they change their mind. I probably just got myself doxxed for saying the word YouTube. I'm just naming the forest because I can't really say the name of the forest with my vocabulary, with my speech problems. So YouTube, forgive me for using that S word. That do your place in place is what I meant to say. Anyways, they wouldn't go in. They've been there a couple times. So it's pretty scary. It gets even scarier at night. So I didn't go all the way in. I wanted to go check it out, but you also do run a chance into running into something that you don't want to see. So I didn't blame them after they got out and they really talked to me about it. And I was young too. Bigfoot for me living in society now. Anyway, you never know. Went and got a wax job. Hey, there's that big guy with the big burry beard. Salt fork. I don't. Peace all. You take care, Bob. You have a good night and have a good week, sir. Hope to see you around. Make sure you come in and pick on Gemma Saturday night. I'm sure you'll pop in at one point. If not, you take care and have a good one, sir. Always good to see you pop in. I've never had an encounter, but I don't hike without. You know, I when I hike, I have a cane sword. That's my walking stick when I go out in the woods. I carry it. I don't mind a gun. I'm good with a gun, but as bad as I shake sometimes, just now that I shake like I do as I gotten older and have tremors, I can't rely on that like I used to. But then again, I also do know how to protect myself, so I don't worry too much. I worry more for other people than I do for myself. Well, yeah, with that, because it can be anywhere. I've never hiked with a gun, even after my encounter. Yeah, some people don't, some people will refuse to do it, Chris. And some people don't have, or won't carry a gun. And that's fine too. If you know how to protect yourself. Yeah, especially after an encounter like yours or anybody else's. A lot of people still refrain from carrying one. Personally, I think if you got one and you know how to use it, it's good to carry it. Especially when you're out there in the middle of nowhere. But, it's to each his own. And you always got to be prepared for anything and everything. That's what I always say. Because, best prepared plans always change. And that goes with when you're out in woods or even out in the city. Anything can happen. You got to expect the unexpected. Anywhere you go. As long as you're prepared for it one way or another, carrying a gun or without a gun, you're good. You know what you're doing and how to handle the situation. But, people talk about scary places being out in the forest, man. You go into some of these cities now. Heck, sometimes I go down to Columbus, downtown here in Columbus, Ohio. And Columbus has changed a lot since I was little. It's not like, and even campus. OSU campus used to be a blast at night. Now it ain't nothing but, rowdy college students and street urchins is what they call them here. So, and some of those guys I wouldn't trust as far as you could throw. If you're going to die, 98% likely will happen no matter what you do. Exactly. But you can pretty much prevent it sometimes too. But if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Then I kind of agree with that. I might bring the percentage down, depending on the person, because I also think that depends on the person. I'll do the best I can. Hey, that's all you can do. Because this world, it's not like it was when we were growing up. I know a lot of you guys are around my age or a little younger. I don't know who the youngest person would be in here. Probably not too many of you. Anybody in their 20s? Anybody in their teens? If there's somebody in their teens here and you're just watching, just put an I in, a 1 or something. Let me know there's a young one watching, which doesn't bother me. I like that. There are good things said here that you can learn it. You're 51, I'm 60. Stupid people die first. Yeah. What is that? Selection? Curling her. Yeah. I call it natural selection. Same thing. Yeah, I got out there. I was out there doing leaves again today. Man, it's like I get it all done, and then 3 days later, another layer of leaves. So I'm all dried out. Allergy pills. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad I don't live down in Detroit or Philadelphia or any New York. Now, my son wants to go visit New York. I told him, I said, dude, just don't get your hopes up now. It's not like it was. If you want to go, that's fine, but don't go by yourself. He said he wants to go by himself, but don't do it. But I don't blame him. I mean, he just always wanted to go. See, when I went to New York, other than getting stuck in traffic beside it with Gemma, I went to see Pink Floyd at Madison Square Garden. I was in and out. I didn't even get really to see any downtown or anything in New York. But yeah. Now, if any of the new folks that have popped in, I don't know who's all listening and watching. There's not too many people talking, but just so you know, for folks who just came in and might know Edna, Aunt Edna, I say her name. I have a hard time with some names. I don't know why. But bless her heart, she had a heart attack a week ago. She was in the ICU. She's doing really good. And hopefully she was home today or tomorrow. So keep her in your thoughts and your prayers. I will say it one more time before I leave tonight because I like Edna. She's been a good lady to me. She's been around the group for a long time, and we need to keep her in our thoughts. Hello, Total. What Bigfoot died? Oh, yes. One of them, Chris, you know who it was. I'm originally from Boston, but I've been on MPH since 88. Oh, okay. That's good to hear. Yeah, she is doing okay. Bless her heart. She texted me. I got an email from her this morning. I tried to post it on Facebook. For some reason, Facebook, I have been having problems. I'm surprised they let me post my my stream tonight. I was having all kinds of problems today with Facebook. But then again, I always have problems with Facebook. But yeah, just keep her in your thoughts. I tried to post it, but that's it, Joe Snyder. I wanted to say Snyder, but I know a couple guys that I haven't heard from for a while. I hope they're okay. That's a shame. Bless his heart. May he rest in peace. What's on the bill tonight? Not much. Somebody asked me to retell my werewolf story about an incident I had down in Logan, Ohio, with some friends here in a little bit, and then we'll just kind of go from there. I think not tomorrow night because, like I said, you got just a rundown for the people coming in tonight. I'm met 10 to midnight. Then Laura should be here tomorrow night from 8 to 9, and then next Thursday will be me. I'll probably bring something to the table for that hour stream. I think I'm going to talk about dreams. And then Friday night at midnight, I'll be doing Gemma's replays. I think we're going to do 14 because I keep doing 2, but lately we've only gotten 1 done. And we got the gap, which is fine. I always put 2 just in case. Then Saturday night, Gemma's live oracle readings, intuitive oracle readings at 7:15 to about 10:30, 11. Like I said, try to get your name on by 10. After 10, I let her make the calls on that. But she usually tries to fit everybody in, depending how busy she is and how tired she is. She does a lot. And then she'll have a premiere Monday, I believe. And she's getting ready to do her Halloween series. So, and that's about it. And I'll probably give it a rundown again toward the end before I leave. So that's the bill tonight. We usually just hang out. This would usually be when Gemma was streaming tonight when she was dreaming on Wednesday nights. Friday nights would chill and chat, vibe and chat, vibe and chill, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, I just let everybody run. Maybe I'll tell a story and we just get to talking about stuff. It usually turns out pretty good. There's been nights, some of those late nights, we've talked till 3 o'clock and 3:30 in the morning. I kind of miss those. That's why I already been kind of not pushing a second Gemma replay. I try to get one in and let everybody just talk afterwards. I usually just go with the flows on those. So I kind of miss this. So I just kind of made tonight, 10 to midnight, Wednesday night, to kind of replace her oracles, to give something to do. Because I know a lot of people stream tonight too. I'm sure there's people streaming right now. So I'm not worried about views. And I just go with the flow. That's what Vibe and Chill's all about. But I think I will talk about, I've been asked, I don't know if the two people that asked me are listening, and that's fine if they're not. But they asked me to talk about it tonight, so I'll probably tell the story here in a bit. I'm just checking everything here. I noticed I was kind of lagging there. And that's it. So if anybody's got anything they want to talk about, I noticed there was a comment here, but how come your comment didn't? How many of those UFOs are actually secret military craft? I can't tell you that. Now that didn't show up in the YouTube, which is really weird, but it showed up on my StreamYard. Half of them, if you're in Ohio. How come I can't see? I saw the last text I got from Total Guerrero was, "What's on the bill tonight?" How many of those are actual secret military crafts? That question for me only showed up in StreamYard, which is weird. I don't see it on my YouTube. Half of them, if you're in Ohio. Yeah, with Wright Pat, you don't know what they got in that air base. They got some secret places there. But I don't know. There's probably quite a few of them are probably ours. You're never really going to know. But I know I've seen plans for some pretty wild stuff on the dark web, so deep web. I'll just call it deep web. I say both because sometimes I go pretty deep, so to get information. It's the YouTube conspiracy. All of them are YouTube. There's no YouTube is just a place to dump your conspiracy. It's YouTube itself is a conspiracy too. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, YouTube. I'm playing. Hello, Heather, Nikki. How are you, hon? I didn't know if you heard what I said about Anna. She, bless her heart, she had a heart attack. She's been in ICU. She's doing real good. She's supposed to be home today or tomorrow. I just want you guys all to know, she's really, really weak. So give her all that love, okay? I think about her a lot. She's a good woman. But yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I hope you're good too, Heather. We now for damn sure the 3 football field size ones are not ours. Oh, of course not. I don't think we're ready to make something that big yet. It's a conspiracy of a conspiracy of a conspiracy inception. Okay. More or less. More or less. Man, there's a conspiracy about everything. If you really want to dig and just pick any subject, there's about a conspiracy about everything. Even pop tops, can openers. A real big one right now is the guy finding the mosquito that had the number 36 on its butt. I mean, he was holding this mosquito, and if you look at it, I think it was either a 36 or a 39. Those are test subjects. They were marked on purpose. People don't understand. They've been dumping mosquitoes, trying to fight certain things. Actually, I think worse, but that's what they are. They're tests. They're tests. They've been genetically altered. See, I can't say so. She's a real good woman. Yes, she is. That woman, and has been so nice to me and always good. And she's good to everybody in this room. So, bless her heart. Just, we got her back. Give her lots of love. Send her lots of love. Yeah, GMO, mosquitoes, sterile. Well, I don't know about sterile. They probably are sterile, but they were also trying to counteract the the plague. What is it? Not the plague, but in California, there's an outbreak of. Oh, now I can't even think of it. I know it's on the tip of my tongue. Screw it, it'll pop into me later. But yeah, they're using mosquitoes to do things that you shouldn't be doing. You shouldn't mess with Mother Nature. That's all I gotta say. It never works out. Never works out. I'm not a big fan of GMOs. I've seen farmers when they've said about GMOs and the products using GMO seeds and stuff. Not good. They want us to eat bugs anyway, so that's why they're selling off everything. Do you think we have a space laser? It's possible. It's highly possible. I mean, we have a thing that can shoot metal rods from space and hit the Earth with an impact of 20 with a force of Hiroshima. I guess that's the best way I can put it, and not leave any radiation at all. So anything is possible. Monkeypox. I know monkeypox has been around. Bug lump. Why I have a bug lump? That didn't even sound. You have a bug lump. You're not pregnant, are you, Mike? With some kind of GMO creature growing in you, do you? Yeah, I know. GMO is by well, they use GMOs are being used for just foods too. So also, well, you got to do your research, but yeah, basically, it's been used right now. It's for used. They're using it mainly for food products, farming, the whole works. I said lamp, bug lamp. I thought you said lamp. See, I'm in a mood. That's funny. Yeah, I can read. I wanted you to say lump, bug lump. Maybe that's what I thought. Maybe I wanted you to say it. Since it's kind of Halloween, it sounded kind of creepy. Oh well. Yeah, I'm goofy tonight. I just like I said, I've been cranking all week. Well, I'm always cranking. I'm always moving. So, but I'm in a good mood. I'm being silly. But I can't read either, so forgive me. But yeah, I'm just trying to keep with you. Everybody kind of stopped. But yeah, I think I'll go ahead. Before I go into this, anybody else got anything they want to bring up? Right now, I'm good for anything. What did everybody think of Gemma's video on Monday about the cursed videos? There were so many more of them. But she pretty much hit the big ones, the most known ones, I should say. But yeah, I think I'll go into this. It's cool. It's cool, man. But yeah, I think I will go into this. This night that it happened. But really, if anybody else has got anything they'd like to talk about, please. Would have definitely been funny if I said lump, though. It would have been. It would have been. You hear about the new Bigfoot sighting? No. Like I said, lately I've been on long enough. I jumped on, I think, Anthony's because I had him on in the background, unidentified, earlier today. And I knew some people that were in there that knew, and so I wanted to let them know while I was working because I was doing some things, research for myself, and had him on the background. So I jumped in and said hello and let everybody know about it. And talked a little bit, then got out because, like I said, when I sit down, I do a little research and I do a little work, and then I'll sit for a little bit, then I'll do some more work. So no, but there's always sightings. You go on and just type in Bigfoot sightings on YouTube, and then you can play guess which one's fake or real because you'll see thousands of. Does anyone else like to walk around graveyards and feel a compulsion to do do so, or is it just me, especially ones with my? Actually, Heather, I'm 3 houses away from a cemetery, and my mom's buried down there. I go in there and walk all the time. I don't feel it's compulsion. I take walks in there all the time. Go say hi to mom, wander around. In fact, that's where my hair turned white. We used to play Ghosts in the Graveyard in there when we were kids. One was seen in Colorado. Oh, really? I don't go near. I don't go into them. Yes, again, our cemetery is really beautiful. It's got tons of trees. It's well kept. These guys that run it. That's been a family business. The guy, own people who own it. This whole neighborhood, this area is really long. Belong to the Davises. Not, unfortunately, not my heritage. It'd be cool if it was. I tell neighbors, just where I live, it's called Davis Farms because a family of Davises, not my generation or my heritage, but a Davis family owned all this land. It was farmland. And it was, I believe, goes all the way back to, they've been here since the beginning of Worthington. And I believe the original Mr. Davis bought the land off of Indians. But I don't know the whole story. I have to go and pull out all my paperwork. Yeah, sometimes you get a bad vibe in the cemetery. I've been to cemeteries. There's a Green Lawn Cemetery just south of Columbus on the other side. It's a kind of famous. But it's one of the oldest cemeteries around. And that place, you go in there, even in the day, you get kind of this weird, funky feel. Kind of uneasiness. But some of the people that ran that place did some pretty shady stuff. So it wouldn't surprise me if that's part of the reason why. But yeah, there are times you go into, and not just cemeteries, I get that feeling. Sometimes I've walked into a store that I've never been in and get a creepy feeling. One branch of my family was not so nice, and I never felt welcome in them. Then, oh, okay. That explains it. Now, the only person down here that in my family, correctly, most of my family is either out east, buried out east, or down around Chillicothe and around the Appalachian, Kentucky, Tennessee mountains. I get that feeling at WTC. Now, there's when I talk about seeing the black-eyed kids in hospitals. There's one hospital here. No matter how many times I go in this place, I always get the same uneasy, really creepy, not good vibe. Is that's Mount? Well, it was downtown. It was Mount Carmel. That place I didn't like being in. It always made me uneasy, and I think they're using it barely right now. They're building a new one, so they're going to move it. But that place always gave me a real creepy vibe. In my opinion, most spirits don't hang out in cemeteries. They move. Yes, I agree. I think there's some that hang around the cemetery. I think some of the stuff that you see in cemeteries are not always people that were in the cemetery, if you understand what I'm saying. But yeah, I think a lot of them move on. I think pretty much the ones that are in the cemetery are usually the ones that are either stuck there because they haven't really realized what's going on yet. But I believe that but I believe in some cases, I've seen some videos of people in cemeteries catching stuff, and it's like, that's not a human spirit. You may not want to get too close to that. And I can feel that just by watching the video. If I can feel that just by watching the video, then I'd have been backing off in real time. But I think most things in the cemetery do move on. Just trying to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Me too, at certain gas stations. You know, there is a gas station down on campus. It's been robbed so many times. A couple people passed there, people that work there. And you go in that place and you get one of the weirdest, creepiest vibes ever. I don't go there anymore. There's also a couple of carryouts like that down there too, especially there's one on the east side and two on the west side. There's two carryouts, man. You go in them and you just immediately get a bad vibe. You get what you want and get out. Oh, there's places like that all over the place. And some of that is because of the human that come and go and frequent that place too. You know, just kind of gives you a feel of what comes and goes out of that place, living or not. Now, Gemma Gemma's really good at that. She has to really kind of put her, focus in, but that's why she's so good about doing, readings for people when she doesn't have to do FaceTime. I think her best readings are not when she does FaceTime. Her best readings when she does it, then mails it to you, because everybody I've talked to says she nails it every time now. But yeah, I can sometimes, not all the time. But there have been times through video and pictures and sometimes in text, I'll pick up things. I'll get a pickup on it. But with me, it's off and on. And my big thing is touching people. I like to shake hands. It's a way of expressing, respect. Well, hi, feisty kitten. Kitty, I call you Kitty. How you doing? But sometimes when I touch people, sometimes I see the good. And a lot of times I just see the crap in their lives, and it's really hard sometimes to just touch people, especially people I don't know. So for a while, I'll restrain from shaking hands or something. If I don't shake your hands, it means I'm getting a vibe. Just give me a minute, sort through it. You're welcome, feisty kitten. I'm going to call you kitten. I like that. Well, feisty kitty is nice too. But I know that's your name, so that's what I'm going to call you. But welcome. Glad you come in. Anybody else? But yeah, touching people sometimes not a good thing for me. I've picked up some pretty bad stuff from people. Struck this one guy's hand. He was a vet, a Vietnam vet at that. And a guy lived down the street from me, an older guy. Been through a lot. He's one of the guys that got tagged by the Agent Orange, so he was all messed up. But I shook his hand for the first time, and I saw so much, and it was all like war stuff. And this poor man, what that man went through, I'm surprised he was standing in front of me. Gemma said something with a card that reflected something in my life 20 years ago. Oh, she does that. Yeah. And she's done that with me too. So don't freak out too bad. That's kind of common with her. For me, it's looking into the eyes. Yeah. Black Dragon. I will always say the eyes are the windows to the soul. And I believe that because that's usually the first place I look at a person is their eyes. That will tell me everything. And then touching them makes it even more. Sometimes it confirms what I've felt and seen. So yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, a person's eyes says a lot. Not only there's their speech and their talk, the way they walk, the way they talk, the way they move. Says a lot about a person, but once you look into those eyes, you can get a really good impression if you know what you're looking for and know how to look in. Some people look in other people's eyes and don't see nothing. I don't know why, because like I said, the eyes are the windows to the soul. Now, see, my big thing about video Because I'm like you, Mark. I pick up details. I'm really good at picking up detail. That's why I was put into R&D lab as a screen printer, because we dealt with really fine holes and you had to be a real into detail. And I'm same thing with video and everything. I pick up small stuff real easy. And it creeps me out. Sometimes I'll go into a stream and see something. And I saw something not too long ago. Somebody was streaming with a young lady. And I'm sorry, she had something standing in the background for a little bit. I didn't stick around. I let them know I wasn't going to say anything. And I said something. And I probably shouldn't have said anything. It probably maybe come off as a creep or a weirdo. But hey, I saw what I saw. It didn't stay there very long, but it stood there in the background for a good couple minutes. Actually, it stepped out, then it stepped back behind the wall, then it stepped out again and stood there for a good 2 or 3 minutes. I'm not freaking out or anything, but yeah, that happened. Yeah, I believe it. Yeah. No, I'm not. It does freak out some people. That's why I put it that way. Yeah, she's done that to me. And it's amazing when people, and she's not the only one that's done it, but she's good. Yeah, she knows how to tap in. So her spirit guides, as long as she keeps trusting them, I give her a lot of credit. Because she'll tell you it's not her, it's her spirit guides. So that tells you that something's going on in here and here and here. I know what you mean about touching people. I did a message for a few years. I did massage for a few years. There was some people. Yeah. Yeah. I actually was going to get a massage license. See, martial arts. One of the things I was big into, because it was where I was taking martial arts at, they want you to take an art. Well, I was already drawing and stuff, so they push me on that. And then you pick a couple weapons, and then they want you to do a healing. And I was going to go into acupuncture and massage. And after taking a couple classes, I just told them I can't do this. What goes on in people's lives is not my business. He looked at me kind of funny, and I'm saying, I'm serious, man. I can't do this. I can't touch strangers. It's just not always a good. Sometimes it happened, but a lot of times it happened. A lot of times there was a few times it didn't happen, but yeah, I said I was done. I can't do this. And people there, sometimes it would piss them off. Yeah, it does. So I don't. Yeah, touching people is kind of, and as I've gotten older, I've noticed it's more frequent now. So I usually prepare myself when I shake somebody's hand. See, the thing with me is, unlike a lot of you folks or people like Gemma, they can protect themselves. I have tried everything. Honestly, I have. I can't, and apparently I'm not. Because I try to actually stop seeing what I see, because I still see something every day. Now, lately, I've been sticking pretty close to home, but I do run errands and stuff. And all my life, everywhere I've gone, I've seen stuff. From the places I've worked to the people I've met over the years. So it's like something I can't get away from. So I've accepted it. But there are some days lately, I wish, well, you hurry back. No big deal. Heather, I want to see you come back. But I can't turn it off. I would love, there's lately with things and I think a lot of it is the state of this world. And it's hard not seeing what I see. And when I go out and see a lot of bad following people, it just makes it hard. And I wish I could shut it off, but I know I see it for a reason. And so I deal with it. So I just kind of been limiting how fast I go out, go do my stuff and get back. And sometimes it happens right here in the neighborhood. I'll be out cutting grass and a neighbor walk by and I'll see something following them. I'm like, nope. I go back to cutting the grass. Mark, I used to go into chat rooms and tell people things about them that wouldn't. I bet it freaks people out because I've done that too. And some people have freaked out. Who the hell? I've been into the craft for just about 40 years. Yeah, you said you have been. Hey, that's between you and yourself. And if it works for you, good for you. 40 years is a long time. If you're happy and content, creepy. This world is creepy right now. People, I've said this in many of my streams. Hold on to your butts because it's going to get crazier and creepier and stranger and wilder, and things are going to get tight for everybody. Just be ready. Without getting into politics and religion, just be ready. Be ready for anything. Anything's possible right now at the rate this world's going. I'm on my dad's side that has gas, but on my dad's side it gas. Okay, I was trying to adjust. I figured. So, and my dad has a lot of gas too. It happens when they get old. A bad joke. That's like the other day. My dad's got one of these old men's got hair growing out of his ears, and I'm like, oh my god, I got a hair. Dad, I didn't better. My stupid. Hey, I'm not a good. It's pretty funny. I was good in English, but crappy at using it. Yeah, I did. Was a good student in English, but when it came to using it, nope, my spelling's atrocious. I was that kid in class that always had a thesaurus and a dictionary. Still do. It's right down there. I need to get an updated one. Since they keep changing the meaning of words now and the meaning of things. But yeah, let me tell this story because I don't know if they're still here. If they're here, they didn't text me, so. But I'll go ahead and. If you guys want me to tell the werewolf story, I know I've told it a couple of times real quick. If you want to hear it, I can tell it. If you want to hear about something else, if you got questions, please ask. Now, if I can answer it, I will. If not, I'll try to lead you in a good direction. I'm good with math and science. That's why I'm a mechanist. Oh, okay, yeah, that's a good reason. Ghosty, that was because they didn't teach dragon. Okay. Owls. Sure, story's good. It's the punctuation that's pain for me. Mike, same here. My father was a strong psychic. My grandmother. Now, see, I can't say that. My grandmother's, both mom and dad's side, were superstitious. Now, my great grandparents have said things. Well, my great grandfather has. Before he passed, I was young when he passed, but I remember his stories. Some of the things he said. My grandmother on my mother's side, she was superstitious, but she always said, Steve, you're a special one out of the boys because you pick up on things too fast. There's something peculiar about you. But see, they were all from the Appalachians. So they were all pretty superstitious people. Believed in all that. They told a lot of stories of the Fae. Monk Walter had been to all 50 states, and I think he had probably at least 2 or 3 good creepy stories from each state he's visited. So, but I wouldn't call them psychics that I know of, or that they've actually outright admitted. I keep watching my counter go strange. That's weird. But yeah, I can tell a story. You want me to tell the werewolf story? Or would you like to hear something different? You have an idea? Since my dad's obsessed, I'm more sensitive with feeling that second sight. Oh, really? And see, I have visions. That's something I do have. I get visions. It's usually about the future. Sometimes about me, sometimes about other people, but usually it's about events. And they're like, I can't put a time. Past. That's what I thought. But I get visions every so often. And they usually happen during the day while I'm just working or moving around. And I'm like, oh, wow, why am I seeing this? And I think I'm daydreaming, and I realize I'm still working. Hey, you're not the only one, dude. Don't feel bad. I make mistakes all the time. I knew what you meant. I get picked on all the time, so I get picked back once in a while. It's all in good fun. I'm going to bow out tonight. I'm picking up some things that I need to get rid of. Well, you have a good night, sir. I hope you can take care of it. You have a wonderful night. Have a good day tomorrow. Tomorrow is Thursday, so hopefully Pixie will be here tomorrow night. Nobody has said different, so I'm planning on her being here, I'm sure. So good night. Have a pleasant day tomorrow. If I don't see you tomorrow, and if I don't see you Friday night, I'll see you Saturday for Gemma's Oracle. You just be safe, young man. Take care of yourself, okay? I always have you in my thoughts. I know you go through a lot, sir, so I do keep you in my thoughts. Have a blessed one, Mark. But yeah, if anybody's got last time I tried to tell stories, they didn't come off very good. I was a little unprepared. But today I'm a little bit more prepared. We will be here. Yes, I'll be here in the background. You may not see me unless I come in and say hi, but if Pixie has her show tomorrow night at 8, I usually sit in the background. I'll talk and chat, of course. Say hi. Usually I'm sitting here piddling around doing something while she does it and talking to you folks. So. But I try to let her have that stream to herself. Getting her to spill some of that knowledge she has out. She's got so much knowledge up there. Get her talking. Guys, I ask questions. I think sometimes she gets disappointed because she doesn't get enough questions asked. She's the person to be asking questions on crystals and stuff like that. Her and Gemma are the people to talk to about those things. I'm not as knowledgeable. But yeah, I can. Let me tell this, because I think one of them probably is in here watching. They don't say much. They're a friend of mine. They like the story, so I'll tell it. A friend of mine has like a trailer cabin. It's a trailer, one of those prefab trailer houses that they put as cabins down in Logan, Ohio. And we go down there a couple weekends during the summer. We used to, me and a friend, good friend of mine. Like I said, 30 plus years we've been friends. Not anymore, I guess. But anyways, we go down there and we'll spend like holiday weekends, like Labor Day, Memorial Day down there. Once in a while during the summer, we'll go down and hang out. They have a pond close by, so we walk down to the pond and go fishing. And the one time we went down there, it was probably late August. In fact, it was late August. It was about late August. It was not kind of a rainy off and on. It was full moon night. And it was a full moon night. And that weekend, they decided to have a bunch of people down there. So it was like a party, all weekend party. They have a above ground pool, and they all just hang out and they just drink and goof around and eat, and a lot of food. And I'm kind of like the straight guy because I don't drink a whole lot. I might have 1 or 2 beers here and there, but it's very rare. I like harder drinks, so I may sit and have a Long Island iced tea with them, or a 7-7 or something simple. And everybody was crashing for the night, and their place sits kind of on the side of a hill. There's a road that goes out front, and the driveway you kind of go into, and the road goes down, and then it goes down a slope and goes around to his house. So his house is out. There's a small little band of trees in front of the place, and then the driveway. Then the forest goes out, the woods go out, and then you walk down the hill. There's a pond, and then from the pond it's like on a hill, and then it drops down to like a little valley, and where his house sits, there's a big driveway. He has a big old 3-car garage, and above the 3-car garage is a room. They made like a guest room, so people can sleep in there at night. Has a balcony and stuff. And then off to the side is more woods. You can stand on, and during the fall and winter, when the leaves are gone, you can stand on that hill that goes all the way around the side to the back and kind of drops down. There's trees that grow down it, and you can see during the fall and when the leaves are gone and everything, you can actually see the road down at the bottom. It's a good truck down. And he's got the house, the back of the house, and then there's like a backyard, then it's all forest. And then you go down a pathway, there's an old hunting lodge, old red board, what we call a red board hunting lodge. It's got like a couple bunk beds in a little kitchen, a neat little place. They can't sell it because it's so coated in black mold in the inside. And I don't know if they've ever torn it down. I knew the guy was trying to sell it. But anyways, and then off to the side is he's got in the backyard, and he's got a pool. And then he had his fire pit away from the pool. And then that hill that came around the house kind of was right there. And it was probably a good 2 or 3 feet. People could stand around there and not worry about falling down the hill. Let's put it that way. If they were drunk. And we were all standing. It was a nice, August night. They had a good fire going. Pretty much everybody had gone off into their tents and into the house. We're up to the extra place to crash. And it was just me and my buddy and another buddy of mine his brother owns the place. And we're just standing there talking on the fire. We're looking at the woods. We're standing there making jokes and being silly. And the one guy at the end, it was me, then we'll call him G, and then J. And G's my friend. We've been friends for like forever, 30 years plus. And we're all standing there having fun, talking, and Jay looks up at the fire, and he gets quiet. I'm kind of watching him out of the corner of my eye while I'm talking to G, and he goes, "Look at that. Oh, my God. Sorry, Lord." And we both look up and look at the fire. We expect to see something in the fire. And all of a sudden, I see Greg, I gave his name away. G hold up his phone, and Jeff, and then I looked, and I could see it standing there. And it was probably about 6'5", almost 7 foot tall. It was all stretched out. It wasn't very big. It was just toned, covered in hair. It did have breasts, so that's why I presumed it's a female. And it was a werewolf. I mean, it had the snout, and it was looking down, and its face was all sad. You could tell it was sad. And it was just kind of snarling at us like it wanted to do something. And it's kind of, and we all started taking pictures. We all took a picture. And as we started to look at it, we take a picture, and we looked at our phones and then looked up, and it was gone. You could hear it running down the tree line and you could hear when it stopped running through the woods because it got quiet. So you knew it was crossing the road. Then you could hear it hit trees again. And we're all freaking out, looking at our phones. And I'm trying to look at my phone, trying to blow it up, see if I can see anything. All of a sudden, I hear Greg go, "Oh my God, I'm cursed. I'm cursed. I'm cursed." I see Jeff grab the phone, but Greg's still holding on to the phone. I'm just going to give their names. And Jeff is holding his hand, and Greg's holding on to the phone. And Jeff's looking at it and going, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And there's a lot of cuss words being thrown around. So I went to grab the phone, and Greg takes the phone and puts it up against his chest and goes, no, you're not going to look at it because you get into this stuff. And I'm already feeling like I'm cursed now. I don't like this. I'm scared. This is not right. Why did it come out so clear? And because my picture and Jeff's pictures was nothing but flames. But Greg's picture being standing in the middle, you would think it'd just be a blur of flames because the flames were cooking pretty. I mean, not real high, but you know how it distorts everything. His picture was perfect from what Jeff said. I mean, you could see it plain as day. And I'm going nuts going, dude, give me the phone. Give me the phone. Let me copy it. Send it to me. And he starts cussing and stuff. And he goes inside and he goes in. It's like he was in there for a good 15, 20 minutes before Jeff went in and got it. They come back out, and he had, I guess on the way out, Jeff had warned me he had picked up a hammer and stuck it in his back pocket. And I go, let me see it. Just let me see it. And Jeff goes, let him see it. Just let him see it. And I'm going, come on, dude, just let me look at it. He goes, no, it's cursed. And he literally takes the phone, puts it on the table, on the picnic table, and just starts smashing the phone with the hammer. He goes, I can't keep this phone. You know, and I go, you could have just deleted it instead of destroying. I'll just get a new phone. I don't trust it. It's cursed. It's cursed. And Jeff said when he went in, we couldn't hear him, but he was in there mumbling himself. He was freaking out. I mean, this dude was freaking out. And this, you got to understand, he's one of these manly men kind of guys, you know. He has a really super high IQ on top of it, but he likes to consider himself a burly man. He's probably a short guy. He's a short guy. And a kind of stocky little guy, old wrestler guy from high school. But, you know, he thought he was a manly man. I've never seen, the only time I've seen him ever that scared was we went to Kings Island. He doesn't like heights. And I made him get on that swing that goes up real high and swings you around. Oh, he freaked. I mean, dude, I shouldn't have never talked him into getting in it. But that's what it was like. But 3 times as bad. I mean, the whole night, all he did was pace. He wouldn't go to sleep. He gets up the next morning. We leave because I came with him. He goes, I'm going home. I don't want to be here. I'm going home. I go, I got to go with you. Hey, you're my ride. You drove. So we went home. We argued all the way because I fought with him about destroying the phone. Why didn't you send it to me? He was saying, no, dude, you didn't need to see it. And then it got quiet for the rest of the way home. We got back to his place. I put my stuff in my car and I left. I call him. I don't hear from him for like 3 or 4 days. I call him, check on him. He says he's been, I'm having nightmares. All things are really screwed up. All I'm seeing is this creature in front of me every time I go close my eyes and stuff. I haven't gone to work. And I said, well, dude, you should have let me see it. I might have been able to help you. Or I could have found somebody to make you calm down. He goes, no, dude, I don't think I'm good. We got in a big, huge fight. We were supposed to go down Memorial Labor Day. Is it Labor Day? Yeah, Labor Day. And we didn't go. I never heard from him. And I get a message. I get a text from him. Still upset about the whole ordeal. He was freaking out. I text him back. I said, dude, you got to calm down. He goes, dude, I don't want to see you anymore. Every time I'm with you, weird shit happens. Pardon my mouth again, folks, but I'm just saying what he said. And we got in another big fight, and I haven't talked to him since. I do know he's doing okay and a lot better, but his girlfriend said that it took him probably about 3 months to get over it. That's how much this messed with him. I just wish I'd had the picture, because if the picture was as good as Jeff says it was, man, I'd have been heaven, because werewolves are kind of my thing, skinwalkers, but werewolves, I like werewolves. You know, it's funny because Gemma's into vampires, I'm into werewolves. Anyways, I really wanted to see the picture. I was dying because I saw Jeff's pictures. His pictures looked just like mine. It was just flames. I mean, you could see something in the back, but you really couldn't make it out. But from what Jeff was saying, it was like his camera took a perfect picture right through the flame. It was just, Jeff said it was just weird, but it scared him. He said he had some hard nights, but it didn't bother him as much as it bothered Greg. And I told somebody this story, and they said, well, maybe Greg was meant to see it. Maybe he was meant to see it. Not you guys, but him. And I goes, we all saw it. He goes, but maybe there was something more to it than that. So, I don't know. Poop. Poor guy, it really scared the poop. Yeah, it basically did. I'm not sure if it's still bothering. Like I said, I haven't talked to him, but I did talk to his girlfriend later. I bumped into her, and she said it took him about 3 months. Now, if it's still bothering me, he's a manly man, so he probably wouldn't talk about it a whole lot, anyways. But yeah, it messed him up. I mean, the little times I got to talk to him afterwards, all we did was fight and argue. All he did was complain about how cursed he was, and I tried to tell him, no, I know people that can sit down and talk to you and explain things to you. And he was like, no. So I got to deal with myself. I didn't want you to see a picture because I knew you'd make a big deal out of it. And then it just could get into a heated argument. I had to walk away. I just couldn't do it. I mean, it was after that was every time I tried to talk to him, it just turned into an argument. It's a shame. Like I said, 30 years of friendship right down the drain. What am I missing? Night, Mark. If you're still listening, take care of your business. I did get your thing. Don't take me wrong for not answering you back during stream. I just hope you take care of business, Mark. But yeah, it was kind of creepy. It really messed him up. His girlfriend did tell me he was like those 3 months he was having like really serious nightmares. The middle of those 3 months, she said he went through a real bad drinking spell where he was every time he'd come home from work, that first thing he did, he'd drink up until he would pass out, and then he kind of snapped out of that. He had a few nightmares that third month, she said, and then toward the end it kind of calmed down. He kind of calmed down, and she said if she still bothers him, he's keeping it to himself, but he's sleeping at night now, is what she said. But that was the last time I talked to her was probably about 4 years ago, because this happened about 7 years ago. Yeah, maybe we will one day. Greg is an interesting guy. I liked Greg, but he's super blunt, and he's even blunter when he's drunk. So, Greg, if you hear this or you see this stream, I love you dearly, bro. I miss you. But enough was enough, dude. And that did not help. You wanted to be a man, you should have acted like a man. But then again, I also understand that people don't know how to handle stuff like that. I mean, honestly, if I'd have probably gotten a picture that looked like Jeff said it looked, I probably would have freaked out a little bit too. Especially when his is the only phone that took a decent picture. That just kills me because I would have loved to seen the picture. But Jeff said in the house before they came out, he did not want me to see the picture because he knew I'd make a big deal out of it. Because he knows I'm into this. He's been around me long enough to know that weird stuff does go on around me, especially when it comes to me seeing other people's stuff. He's been with me when I've seen something bad following somebody and fought with myself, should I go say something to them? Because that's bothered me ever since the Hat Man. Ever since the Hat Man, I'm torn really bad about saying something because I felt like I should have said something to that teacher about this Hat Man thing following him, even though when I first noticed it, it was just a black blob. It didn't show itself until that day, and I kind of feel bad because I didn't tell him, and now he's no longer with us. But yeah, so now every time I see some really bad stuff with people, I want to say something, but Greg's kind of an example because some people might accept the fact that you might be right and they don't know how to handle it. Everybody's different. I'm not mad at him. I'm just kind of disappointed because he wouldn't talk about it, and he really needed to talk about it. He needed to open up and let me know or somebody know what was going on inside him because it definitely traumatized him. Big time. For that time. Now, like I said, I don't know how he's doing now. I haven't talked to any of them. Last time, like I said, I talked to his girlfriend 4 years ago. I've had friends that do that kind of thing with me too. I can't even tell you how many times I've been told that the weirdest stuff. Yeah, is when they're with me. It's true. I've been like that too, feisty. Um, a lot of when I first started working, actually working legally, because I worked, I cut grass and babysat in the neighborhood when I was young. But I actually started working at a restaurant. I worked at the Worthington Inn, and that place was haunted. And it was a good haunt. The guy that owned the place still haunts it to this day. There's all kinds of stories of people out in front talking to a man, a big old guy with a cigar hanging out of his mouth on the front of the building, and then turn around and he'd be gone. But anyways, so I started working when I was 14, 15 years old because my brother lived in the Worthington Inn up in one of the rooms for a while. And he got me a job washing dishes, making extra money after school. But when I started working at Bonanza and seeing customers come in with stuff, it was hard enough going to school with. I went to a high school that had a lot of kids. And just walk through the hallway and see teachers standing there with something behind them, other kids, was hard to kind of maintain, but I did it with no problem. It was probably also the little bit of a reason why I was a partier, if you know what I mean by that. But I worked a lot. So and it was nice. I liked working in the kitchen because I didn't have to deal with the public, but then I had to deal with employees that would come to work sometimes with something follow them. And then later on, they would call and ask me about stuff that happened to them. Yeah, I wasn't around. And then they want answers or ask if you have answers for them. Yeah, I've had that happen too. I was with these guys. During my high school years, it was kind of interesting. I had high school friends and I had work friends. See, all but 1 year of my high school, I was in work programs. I think my junior year, I wasn't in a work program, but the school knew that I worked, so that I only went to school. They would always, so that junior year, I'd always have study halls for the last 2 classes so I could go ahead and go to work because they were really understanding about it. I wasn't a great student. I had learning disabilities because of my issues. And anyways, both sets of friends would tell you, and then I had friends that I went to school with that kind of worked at Bonanza with me for short periods of time. But anyways, both those groups would tell you that we'd go down, like as I got older. See, I never got carded because when my hair turned white and started changing back, I always had this white gray streaks in my hair. So I always never was carded. They just assumed that I was old enough. Anyways, we had gone a couple of buddies from Bonanza, and then a couple of buddies that I hung out with in high school. We all met and went down on campus. And we're down on campus and having a good time. We weren't really drinking, just more or less going to parties. So a lot of times the campus will have parties and you can just walk right in. So we walk it in. We weren't really, they were I think one of them was actually drinking, but we tried to stay sober because you could get in trouble. So we kind of was going around partying and stuff. And we went to this one party, and it was at one of the frat houses. And I think they knew that we didn't belong there, but they never said anything. And this guy comes up to me, one of my friends, Tony, comes up and goes, "Steve, there's this guy sitting in a chair over there, and he has not moved one bit since we've been here." And I go, "Really?" I go, "Where?" So I walk over and he goes, "He's gone." And I go, "No, he's not. He's still sitting there." He goes, "No, he's gone." I go, "No, he's still sitting there." He's, "What, you see him and I don't now?" And I go, "Yeah, he's sitting there. He's got a red shirt on. It looks like he's about in his early teens, 18, 19 years old. Black hair, blue eyes." He goes, "Yeah." Because how come you're seeing him, I'm not? I go, "Because he's not there." And then he goes, "What?" I go, "That guy, this kid sat in a chair. I don't know what happened to him, how old he was, or what past he was from, but he sat in his chair through this whole party." And then he started seeing him again with me. And I don't know if it's because he finally opened up again or whatever. And he would go, "That person just sat on it, and he's still sitting there." And it was weird. I mean, the guy was kind of freaked out, but he was going with me. We started making jokes about it all night long, about how this kid just sat in his chair. So we had walked up to what we thought was one of the frat members. He goes, "Hey, by any chance, has somebody died in here? And he kind of looked at us kind of funny. He goes, oh, back in the 70s, some kid overdosed upstairs. And I didn't say anything after. I said, okay, thanks. We kind of looked at each other, grabbed the other two guys and left. But we were there for like 2 hours, and that kid sat in that chair. And we'd watch people sit on him, and we'd both freak out. Then one minute he wouldn't see him. Then one minute he would see him, and I wouldn't see him. It was weird, but it was kind of cool because we were starting to make a joke out of it. Even when we left, we were still joking about it. Every time we went somewhere, we go, is there anybody sitting in those empty chairs? Good night, Mike. You have a good one. You take care. Don't work too hard and all that good stuff and all that crap. I need to roll, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, yep, work tomorrow. Don't work too hard. Have a good night and all that crap, as you would say, as we all say in one way or another. Please have a good day tomorrow, sir. Hope to see you around on the flip side somewhere between tomorrow night and the weekend. You take care of yourself. Be safe out there. But yeah. So yeah, I get it if I see there. We'd gone. It's funny. Me and a friend of mine and his girlfriend, they asked me to go with them. They went up to Marblehead by Cleveland, up by Sandusky. And it's a lighthouse there. And as far as I know, the lighthouse is not haunted. It's automated. As far as I know, it's not. Not that anybody said anything to me personally. But we were up there and checking out the lighthouse. Stayed a couple nights at a campsite that me and the ex used to go to. And we were coming back, and there's a place called the Cheese Cellar. And it's just this big place, and all they sell is homemade cheese and homemade meats. It's like a big deli, but it's huge, and it's nothing but cheese and dry goods. It's an awesome place. It's a big, good food, especially some great cheeses. And me and him and her stopped in one day, and we're walking around, and they're buying some stuff, and I'm standing there waiting, and I already had paid for my stuff, and I was just kind of hanging around looking, waiting for them to get done. And I noticed there's an old man standing over by the bathrooms. And I watched this lady walk up to him and start talking to him. And I'm going, okay, no big deal. It's two old people talking. I thought maybe they knew each other. And all of a sudden she walks away, and he's gone. He's just gone. I never saw him go in the bathroom. I didn't see him go in the bathroom, so I went and checked the bathroom. He's not in the bathroom. So where'd this old man go? I honestly don't think she knew, but I think she was talking to a ghost. I'd found out later that the guy that originally owned the place likes to hang around after he passed, and it was highly possible she was talking to him. But she was talking to this guy like, every day, kind of like they knew each other. And she turned around and walked away. And I noticed when I watched her walk away, when I went to look back at him, he was gone. And I never saw the bathroom door open or close or anything. So I kind of stood there a minute and kind of looked around the place, and I went and checked the bathroom, and I'm like, so when me and the ex went back up, we were still married. I had talked to one of the people that work in the county. Oh yeah, that guy. I told her what happened. He goes, oh, he was probably talking to Harold. He's one of the original owners, family. He hangs around. They say he moves cheese around those shelves. They come back in and found cheese moved from one side to the other and stuff like that. I was like, wow. And this is before they had, I didn't carry a camera with me everywhere I went. Back then the day, unless you had a Polaroid or something, I never carried a camera. Now I wish I had carried cameras and stuff like. Now when we went ghost hunting, and still, I know the guys that I used to ghost hunt still do it the way that we did it then. We didn't use any new tech stuff even then. Our big thing was we do I believe they still do it this way. We used an old cassette player, because to me that's where you find some of the best EVP is just to get one of those old cassette players, put a cassette in, and put it on record and set it somewhere. So we do that with we had a couple old ones of those that we used. We had a small black and white television. Okay. We wouldn't even hook an antenna to it. And we would just put the TV in the room, turn it on. We'd hook a VCR to it and run a tape play in it, because no tapes back when I was in VCRs were just becoming a big deal, we'd put a tape in, let it play, and record static and just leave the room. Sometimes you would actually hear voices, like in the movie White Noise. That's why I love that movie, because it was kind of exactly what we were doing before its time. We would do that sometimes. One of my friends had an old Super 8 movie camera, and he would bring that, and he'd walk around with that. Sometimes we'd just put it on a tripod and just let it run until it ran out of film, stuff like that. And I believe all those guys still use all that equipment today. They don't use any of the EPV stuff. They don't use, to me, using the voice box deals. I call them chatter boxes, whatever you want to, ghost box. To me, that's no different than using a Ouija board. You're opening up a communication. That's what a Ouija board does. And just like with a Ouija board, when you use that stuff, you should close it out, just like you're supposed to do with a Ouija board. Because I think people don't understand, they play with this stuff. You should really, when you're done using it, say, okay, we're done now. You're not going to follow me. This is over. Go back to where you belong. I say goodbye to you, and then stop. And people don't do that because they don't associate those kind of things with like Ouija board, but it's the same principle. You're still establishing contact. You're still calling something out. Even when you don't directly call it out, you're turning it on, and then you're talking to something that's there. It's calling it out, just like you would a Ouija board. And that's how I've always looked at those boxes. So I have a hard time. I think it's cool to watch people use them, but I don't know if I'd be in the same room as somebody using it, because unless they knew how to close it out like you would a Ouija board, I probably would not participate, because I honestly think you should close something off like that with it, like you would a Ouija board. But that's just my personal opinion. Yes, things do happen for a reason. So I sat and let the other side figure out how to talk to the living side. Yeah. Hey, Eris, how you doing, you sneaky little guy? You sneak in here. How long you been watching, huh? You're good. How you doing, sir? Yeah, see, people don't understand that people don't take Ouija boards seriously. And that's the problem. They think it's a toy because it was always branded as a toy. Yes, it bothers me too, because it's not a toy. Your high school, yep, I wouldn't doubt it. I know a couple other people like me too. So, Dragon, thank you. You make me feel not alone sometimes when you talk the way you do. So, yeah, I get you. I'll never tell. You probably wouldn't. You're good, but it's good to see you. Everything you pray before you come. Now, see, here's the thing. In a circle, yeah, you close, you pray before you start, and you close it. And see, people don't do that. And I honestly feel that you should do that when you use these ghost boxes. So what do you want to? I've heard them called 3 or 4 different things, but that's what they are, ghost boxes. And I really think it's important that you should close those off. When you're done using them, you should shut off the same way you try to turn off a Ouija board. You say your goodbyes, you say your prayers, and end. I hope you're good, sir. But yeah, but that's my opinion. A lot of people don't feel. I know a lot of people don't feel like that, but that's how I feel about these ghost boxes. It's really kind of no different than using a Ouija board. And I really think when you're done with them, you really should close them off. Close out on it. I don't know how anybody else would think about that. I don't know how you folks, if you think I'm right or wrong. That's I would like to hear that, because it's something I've kind of been wanting to say for a while. I'm watching a lot of people using ghost box, and then they wonder why something's still hanging around or why they feel like they're being followed. It's no different than using a Ouija board. It really isn't. And I've never been a big fan of Ouija. I've used a Ouija board twice. And both times I had to make sure the person that I was with knew how to close it out, because I wasn't going to be watching something go down. 100%. Yeah, thank you, Feisty Kitty. Lynn's husband, Dave. I repel glimpse. You know, I have. So that's a lot of the reason why I don't get too fearful of the things I see. Even if I do notice, like now, I'm noticing now they look back. That's something that hasn't happened in all the years. I mean, very rarely if I watch things that follow people look back at me. It seems to be happening a little bit more, and I think that's why I've been a little bit more on edge about going out. But for years, you know, for most of my life, I felt like they were more afraid of me than I am of them, because if they did, the ones that did notice me back then seemed to disappear, go away. It's like, oh shit, he sees me, and they disappear. But most of the times, I don't think they ever knew I was looking at them. But now I can't say that. Because with some of the weird incidents that I've had lately over the last few months, things are ramping up. That's all I can say. You know, that veil is thinning. It's lifting. Stuff is starting to spill out. It's not something I noticed. It's something I've been told by many other people. Yeah. Hey, it's possible. Some people do. Some people have something about them that nothing doesn't want to come around them. Maybe it's just you're scarier than they are. I'm just kidding. But yeah, there are people like that. I know people like that. I knew my friend Patricia that I go to, her and Thomas the preacher. Patricia's a spiritualist. We all went to church together. Me and her went to school together. She's the sweetest thing in the world. And she's more like she's a sister to me. She's my sister I never had, because I grew up with 3 other brothers. And that's how we look at each other, as a brother and sister. I've been around her when stuff goes down. When she's there, things don't like her. They leave. It's really amazing to watch. I've invited her over to a friend's house that was having problems. He was having some really weird stuff going on in his house, and I didn't know how to deal with it. Just like when I called Thomas for the demon, I called her, and he said that she showed up, walked through the house, didn't really say much, talked to him for about 2 hours. They sat on the couch and talked. Said a couple weird things happened while she was there. She stood up and said a couple things. He says she left. He made her dinner. Him and his wife made her dinner. She ate dinner, and then she left. And she said he hasn't had a problem since. You know, still living in the same house. I even still talk to him. He says, no, I haven't, nothing's messed with her ever since she's been here. And when I asked her, she said, all I did was said a prayer and walk to the house. I go, how are you able to do that? I mean, and she's done that for a lot of people. So I really think she repels them too. I don't know if I have repel ghosts, but they don't seem to hang around at all. Now, some people, even believers, you know, I know believers that have never seen a cryptid, ghost, but they believe hard. But I kind of wonder what would happen when they do. What I want kind of, you kind of want to be there when that actually happens for them, because I know quite a few people are diehards in all this, but have never had an experience. And I would love to be there when they finally have an experience, because those are the people you want to be around. And not just the skeptics, because it's always amazing to watch a skeptic. Because I've been around people too that didn't believe in this stuff, any of this stuff, and see things. I was standing with a guy about 2 months ago. I was standing in the parking lot. I gotten to know one of the guys that worked there. He's a real nice guy, very helpful. I've always really impressed with him. He works hard. He was out there getting carts, and I was standing there talking to him, and I looked up, and one of those white orbs went across the sky. I go, look. And he looked at that thing. His eyes got like this big. He goes, am I seeing what I'm seeing? I go, yeah, you're seeing a UFO. I'm pretty sure that's what that was, because it was an orb, and it was, I mean, it wasn't broken fast, but it was fast enough that I could show him, and he watched it go over the horizon. And he kind of freaked out. He goes, I don't believe in that stuff. What did I just see? And I go, I think you just saw a UFO. And a lot of these things are showing up everywhere. You know, a lot of people are seeing them. And this was like 2:00 in the afternoon. And it would happen so fast, I couldn't even get my phone out fast enough. But he saw it, and he freaked. But he was like, I don't believe in this stuff. And like I said, and then you feel bad for the people that do believe in it. You kind of hope they have at least one kind of experience of something. Because my dad, he's a diehard UFO guy. When we were growing up, he'd tell people, hey, if I disappeared, this means they come and got me and took me with them. And like I said, he handed me the Bible and Charity of the Gods. It's for my 14th birthday, I believe. He corrected me the other day. I'm pretty sure he said it was my 13th birthday when he gave me those 2 books. But he doesn't. It's not that he doesn't believe in Bigfoot and cryptids. He always says, I ran Mount Airy and Chillicothe. He ran those mountains, and that's grassman. Well, here we call him grassman and Bigfoot, Squatch. But a lot of people down in the south or out towards Zanesville call him grassman. Down around Logan, that's what they call him, grassman. So I've never seen these guys. I go, well, probably one, you were never looking for them. You look at the time you were growing up. Not too many people talked about that stuff, and if they did, it was hush hush within the groups. I said 2 to 1. You may not have saw it, but he saw you because because I ran those mountains, all over those mountains, all day and night. He goes, I never saw a thing. Because that's probably because they saw you first. I didn't know if I would. Oh, well, I already read that. What time we got? 11:52, almost the end of the night. 10 minutes. Anybody like to say anything left in 10 minutes? I did. I went fast. I got to rambling. I'm glad all you folks hung around. I guess in the last couple minutes here, I'll do a replay. Once again, please keep. Eris, I don't know if you heard me. Edna had a heart attack. I know you know who Edna is. She had a heart attack, bud, and she's been in the ICU. She was hoping to come home today or tomorrow. I'm hoping I hear from her soon. But please send all your love and light and prayers to her. And bring her back, make her shine again. She's a special lady, she's a good lady. So, folks, keep her in their thought. Now, Laura, I believe, is streaming at 8 o'clock. To me, there are ghosts and then there are spirits. I kind of think they're the same, but I kind of get what you're saying. There is kind of a difference, I would think. That's an interesting. Yeah, she's doing okay, Eris. In the email, she says she's hoping to come back in the chat soon. I told her to heal and take one day at a time, take one step at a time. I knew something was up. It's not like her to at least pop in and say something. Like I said at the beginning of the stream, I saw an owl like 2 weeks ago that was hanging, a barn owl that hadn't been hanging out in the back of our yard, in our backyard for like a week. And it was really weird. Then we didn't hear from her. And then, like I said, every time I see an owl, every time somebody starts talking about owls, I immediately start thinking of it. It's just what it is. I connect her and owls for something. Well, ever since she started talking about it. But she is okay. She'd been in the ICU. She in her email this morning I got from her, she said she would hope to be home today or tomorrow. Let's just hope she gets home and heals and we see her soon. But I just thought, I didn't know if you heard me at the beginning or how long you've been listening, but I know you're in quite a bit and I know you talked to her. So, but she's good. Keep your thoughts for her. Send her some love and light and prayers, please. I really enjoyed these talks, Ghost. I'm super thankful to found you at the channel. Thank you for all you do. Well, I appreciate that, Feisty Kitten. I really am not as in-depth as Gemma or some of these other people. I just try to make these streams like lighthearted, fun. We don't always talk about paranormal. We talk about games. We've talked about everything pretty much. You're welcome, Eris. Just keep her in your heart. I'm hoping to see her. I'm hoping she shows up Saturday. I told her to rest. She needs rest. I had one in my 30s because of my issues. I live in motion 24 hours a day. It caught up with me. I'm a little more aware. But anyways, I've had her. I keep a lot of you folks in my prayers all the time anyways, but I've been keeping her and Lotus and a couple other people extra in my prayers because they're special people. They've been around a while with Gemma and me, and I've known them for a while. So just keep them in your thoughts. Hope she comes back good. Hope she comes back even stronger. But like I was saying, but you're welcome, Feisty. And like I said, I think on the Thursdays that Pixie doesn't stream, I may bring a topic to the table. I was going to do it on tonight, but I think people enjoy these chats. We don't focus on one specific agenda or subject. I try to leave it open. Actually, I just go really with the flow with you guys, and if I feel like Kind Dragon, I try to throw something in. I'm not Gemma, I'm not Mike, I'm not Anthony, I'm not Eric. I have a hard enough time talking a lot of times anyways, just because of my issues. So I'm always impressed that I make it through these streams as well as I do. I know there are times in Gemma's Oracles you can tell I'm having issues. So it makes me happy that people come and hang out with me. I've actually enjoyed this, and I have missed it when I wasn't streaming there for a little bit. There was a lot going on. But it makes me happy that you guys come in and willing to talk about this stuff. This is another thing. If we only talk about paranormal, I want to hear your guys' experiences. I want to see how you guys feel about it. Everybody approaches this. Everybody looks at this differently. And it's, this is why we have some of the drama we get in these kind of, not in just the paranormal world and streams and chats and all that, but it goes on with the politics and everything. People just sit down and talk and listen to each other. No, we're not all going to agree with each other. No, we're not all going to have information that we might think is correct or incorrect. But it's good to sit and at least talk. And it's even more important to let you people talk, the audience, once in a while, because you guys are the reasons we're here. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Sean G getting me and Mrs. T getting me to call Sean one night during his call-ins and talk. That's what opened me up. And then when I met Gemma, that just, and she's been a good friend ever since. But I love doing this, and you guys keep coming. I'll still keep doing this. When I stop having at least 6 people in the room, that's probably when I'll stop. If I'm only having 2 or 3 people show up, I probably still may do it for a while, but I probably won't do long shows. But I have enjoyed this too, because I enjoy talking to folks. I'm not a great talker. I'm not a good rambler, but I try. But I appreciate that, Vicey. I really do. Watch out, YouTube. Yeah, see, that's another thing. YouTube's getting kind of cute. You guys are great. I love all you guys. I really do. When I'm not around, and one of the reasons people give me a hard time about, I recall you were calling on SR. Yes, I called in them once. I used to call Sean. That was after Sean. That's after DW pissed me off one night. And I didn't want to walk away from Sean, but once he started taking DW, started taking over things. But anyways, that SRR thing was all Gemma putting me up to call. And then she talked me into doing that stream with her, and then she got booted. And then I ended up doing a stream for the first time by myself and trying to just keep my act together and not be nervous, because there were some people in chat that night that I was picking up things from. A lot of good. A lot of people were so super nice to me, and I appreciate that. I wouldn't be doing it now if it wasn't for those people, and a lot of them are right here right with me right now. But there was a couple people that night that would chat that just gave me kind of bad vibes, and I hope they're okay. I mean, not them personally, but that there were things going on in their lives that were supernatural in act, and I hope they're okay. I never said anything to them, but I think if they're listening now or around and they hear this or see this replay, I knew. But I had a great night that night. It was just kind of scary. But I do appreciate you all. And Gemma loves you guys to death. And I probably wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for her. And that night. She really, poor Lindsay tried to help her with the list. And that connection was just horrible. And then I volunteered, and she was like, yeah, I'd rather you do it anyway. We've been inseparable ever since. I mean, if she does an interview, she'd text me 6 times. You're going to be there. You're going to be there. I'm not going to see you in chat. Bless her heart. I love her dearly. She's a good woman. And you people are good, are the reason why she is. You guys make her night. She loves those Saturday Oracle nights. And right now, until she gets things situated with the kid and trying to get everything worked out, I think she wants to try just to go to Saturdays now. Because then this flip flop is hard on her. And it messes with you guys too. But just bear with her and we'll get it all worked out. Place the kitty. Let me go through and read some of these. It was really awesome to find other people who experience the same. Yes, it is awesome. And it's nice to see people talking now. Because I'm seeing people in chat rooms and other chat rooms. The small group of people that are in this, like Mike and Anthony, there are so many other paranormal channels out there and streamers out there that I hit that aren't even bit brought up in this little circle. It's always amazing to see people start talking. Hello, Hilton. How you doing? Good day for you. Just a quick, yeah, we're getting ready to end anyways. I'm glad you stopped in and said hello. Thank you very much. I hope you're well. But no, you guys are, I'm sorry I missed you earlier. Was hoping for a Tai Chi sword at the same time. Oh, man, there you go. I have a Tai Chi sword. I had to sell it. One of the many things I had to sell before to pay for chemo and doctors and all the crap I was going through in the past. I sold a lot of collectibles. Sold my samurai sword, which cost me a fortune to have in the first place. But at least I got money out of that. That paid for a whole lot of stuff. There was big help. But I sold a lot of my collectibles. But hey, there's just material items, and those material items actually came to a benefit that when they needed to be, and that's all I can be grateful for. We didn't have the drama on the other channels do. Yeah, I know. And, some of that drama in those other channels, it's just, it comes and it goes, and it comes and goes. But I noticed lately from some of the channels I've been watching, it's not only, like I said, the group of people that I know a lot of you people hang around with, because I'm sure you watch other people too, other than Anthony and Mike and Eric and Monster Radio. I like Monster Radio. A lot of these guys, the drama's going to come. You're going to always have drama. Like I said last time, it comes in real hard, and everybody, and then it kind of just fades away. Unfortunately, some of that drama will come back to haunt some people, like with DW. But DW's caused a lot of his own problems, and I really don't know much about those situations now, so I won't say much. So, if somebody says anything to DW, just tell them I said hello. And what goes around comes around. I found one that has bronze worked into it. Oh, nice. Beacon solves everything. Beacons do too. They give you a place to see. No, but bacon definitely does solve it. I turned somebody on to a bacon milkshake. Man, they were like, oh my God, this is good. This sounded so gross, but it's so good. But yeah, I think we'll call it a night. Let me go through the run again. Now, like I said, make sure you send prayers out, love and light to Edna. Let's get her shining again. Please, she's a good woman. Tomorrow night, I believe, is Laura at 8 o'clock. If that changes, I'm sure somebody will let you know, and I'm sure I'll fill in. Will depend on what's going on. Friday night, midnight, I will be doing Gemma's replays. Saturday is Oracle night with Gemma, 7:15 till about 10, 11. Like I said, if you can get your name in by 10, and then after 10, I leave that to her if she takes you or not. I let her make the calls on that. We only do 5 timestamps a night, and I let her pick who gets them. Then Monday, her premiere at 11. And we are doing Tuesday, every Tuesday now at 1 o'clock is Tuesday Talk. So me and her will be on at 1 o'clock Tuesday. And then me again Wednesday. So I guess I'm pretty busy. If I'm not hiding behind the scenes, I'm out in the middle of it all. But yes, everybody send a lot of prayers to Edna. You folks have a wonderful, wonderful night. Thanks for hanging out with me for a couple hours. I do appreciate it. I hope you had a good time. Wasn't much of a night, and I don't try to make it anything special. Like I said, this is all just about chatting and talking and chatting, like we try to do on Tuesday afternoons. I guess everybody have a wonderful night. You see, it's 12:06. I've gone a little over. Oh, dear me. Now, it's not like staying up until 3 or 4 o'clock in the night talking to you folks. I love those nights. And if I'm not too tired after Oracles on Saturday night, maybe I'll come in and do a last minute midnight stream afterwards. I'll let you guys know after Oracle or at the end of Oracle after at the end of the night before we sign off. I'll let you guys know if I'm coming back on at midnight. I might do that once in a while, just so people come hang out for a while while they get ready for bed. But everybody, again, have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful day tomorrow. Hope to see you all one way or another at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. If you're on the other side of the world, a wonderful night. If you're getting ready for bed, have a good work day. And if it's already the work day for you, have a safe day. And much love to you all. Folks, you are awesome people. Thanks for hanging. And I'll see you guys all on the flip side. Please take care of yourselves and hope to see you soon.